Yo, what's up, everybody? It's RageCage20 here. Before we get into what we're doing today, I just gotta say, my bad. I did, of course, say this also in the ICP song, and I'll probably do it in the next two videos that I do. But just in case you don't watch those and aren't down with the clown, which is totally fine, I do gotta say, my bad. Some of you probably don't know what I'm talking about because you're probably just here for Ren and you don't watch me, and that's totally cool as well. Welcome, glad you're here. Uh, I've been gone for almost a week with no explanation. Well, if you couldn't tell, if you watched my last Ren video, I've moved. I've been moving and I've been super busy, and I finally just got everything finally set up where I want it ish. I do want to move all my recording stuff into the closet next to me, but I'm waiting to get some soundproofing for the walls as well as maybe some LED lights and green screen and whatnot. So waiting to order some of that and get for that to come in. So until then, we're kind of in this setup here. So it's pretty bland. Not a lot going on. Lighting might not be perfect, but I'm doing the best I can. And to make up for the fact that I was gone for so long, hopefully every single day for this next week, at least 5 of those days. So there might be one day missing in between one of those days. We'll see what happens. Now that I'm in a much better place, both physically, because this place is so much better than the last piece of shit that I was living in. So that's also helping with my mental state and whatnot. And since I can literally walk to work, it's like 5 minutes away from where I live. And if I drive, it's like 2 minutes. I can get back home immediately after work, so I'm not after a 30-minute drive just like I don't fucking feel like recording anymore. I don't want to fucking do shit. So now I'll be hopefully much more motivated to record and whatnot. So I do plan on trying to give, at least for the next 5 to 7-ish days, 2 videos a day, just to make up for the fact that I was gone for a while. So hopefully this should be out on the first day. I will do my absolute best, but I work 2 jobs and record and have a social life, so I'm super fucking, well, as much social life as you can when you're working like 50 to 60 hours a week. But yeah, and I also like to record games and play stuff and stuff like that. So I'm very busy, so I will try, no promises. It would be so much easier if I had an editor, but it is what it is. That's what happens when you're not known. So today, also as a treat, because this wasn't planned until after I went through all the albums and stuff. I did plan on coming back to Ren eventually, but I was like, you know what? Since I've been gone, I'm gonna give them a treat. We're gonna bring back Ren earlier. So I saw he did a cover of War Pigs, and I was like, well, him and The Big Push, which guess is, I heard he was in a band or two or something like that, so I assume this is one of his bands, or it's just a band he joined for a few songs. I don't know. I really don't know. But you can let me know in the comments. It only takes one of you to let me know in the comments, but I'm sure 10 of you will. And you know what? That's how the internet works, and I forgive you and love you anyways. So I'm excited because War Pigs is an amazing song, and Rin is a really good, talented artist. So, that should be a match made in heaven, right? Though I will say one thing, just one quick warning. I know this has been a little bit of a long intro. I think if you're still around listening, and if not, well, then you're probably just gonna yell at me in the comments, anyways. So War Pigs is when you fucking with Ozzy Osbourne here, back when he was on Black Sabbath. When you're fucking with a legendary song, um, it could be hard to do a cover of. Now, I'm not expecting this to be like the original, especially since this is 4 minutes, and I'm pretty sure Warpig's 7-ish minutes. So something happened. So I'm not expecting this to be like the original, but still, since this is a song I really like and is one of those legendary status songs, much like Bohemian Rhapsody, certain Metallica songs and whatnot, like, I might have opinions that you disagree with. I just want you to like focus your mind in on that and understand that I might disagree with some choices. Okay, doesn't mean I don't like it. Doesn't mean I'm saying anything bad about Ren. Chill. I know how you people be. When it's artist you prostrate yourself to and you worship above all others. I understand how you guys get. It's okay that people can disagree with you, and if you still have a problem with that and you feel like you need to scream, then just give your iPad back to mommy and daddy and go take a nap, please. Thank you. Fucking hate. Anyways, just keep that in mind. I might have some opinions you disagree with just because this is such a legendary song and it seems like they already cut 3 minutes of it. So, just putting that out there. But the fact that this looks like a Busking Life cover on the street, that should be pretty fucking cool. So I'll definitely keep that in mind and not expect anything like the original one and keep an open mind going in. That's my promise to you. Just please try to be kind in return. So, let's not waste any more time. We already wasted way too much time. Let's bring it on down here. The Big Push and Ren. And or Ren is a part of the Big Push. I don't know, whatever. Tell me in the comments. War Pigs. Let's fucking go.
I just feel like to go straight into Black Sabbath and that's like giving someone a massage and kicking them in the face. Yeah, man, let's fucking do it. Who wants to kick in the face? The people have spoken, Ren. The generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields the bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, yeah. She wouldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I'm frowning all the time. All day long I think of things and nothing seems to satisfy. Think I'll lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. Won't you help me? Darkness will stop turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs hold the power, and the God has struck the hour. In the fields the body's burning, on their knees the war pigs crawl. Hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, And now they do what they told you. 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 Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Hey, thank you.
All right, you know what? That was funny. Excuse me, wood flooring. I'm not used to that. I'm screwed. I was sliding all over the place, and that was pretty damn creative. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know what? I think I liked that like mashup. That'd be what it's called, or medley. I guess you could say. Maybe both. Because there's two. Mashup medley. We'll put those together. We'll mash those words together. I actually prefer, I think, that than the full cover of War Pigs. Although, admittedly, sad that I didn't hear the guitar solo from War Pigs, because that's a beautiful, tasty solo. I really like what they did there. So, first, obviously, we have War Pigs coming in. And then, once it gets to the middle section, where there's no more vocals, and it's just all instrumental, they switch it up a little bit. Of course, we get some Rage Against the Machine there, and I thought he was just going to have that one Killing in the Name of line there from the song, the same name. I thought it was just going to be that. I do like that they brought it back there later. Really cool. And then we went into Paranoid, also Ozzy. Paranoid is Black Sabbath. And then there was, pretty sure it was Crazy Train, which I want to say is just Ozzy. I don't think Crazy Train was Black Sabbath, but I could be extremely wrong. It might be Black Sabbath. I'm not 100% positive on that one. But pretty sure it was Crazy Train. Is that what I was hearing there? I want to say it was either that or Bark of the Moon, but I'm pretty sure it was Crazy Train. And then back to War Pigs, and then back to Killing in the Name of. That is creative. Like, especially live, especially when you're doing a live performance, but especially a live performance to a very good sized crowd out on the street. Like, that's a lot of fun. Like that is as a lot of as a lot of entertainment that you're giving to the crowd there by going through these different songs and whatnot, kind of seamlessly moving through them and what have you. And it's very playful, good energy. Like, you can just see everyone jumping around, having a good time. Like, smart choice. Actually, I really think that is a very smart choice there. That is fascinating. I like a lot of what I heard in there, which I was a little nervous about at first. That I wasn't that was gonna get a little interesting and weird. But like, I was actually pretty cool. The only reason I say that I was a little hesitant is because nothing to do with Ren singing. I think Ren made very smart choices, because it's hard to do Ozzy. it's hard to do Ozzy. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. So I think the choices that Ren made were very intelligent, very smart, and I do love how he held some of his consonants and some of his vowels and whatnot. I think are really good choices. So the singing was just like, yes, this is exactly what a cover should sound like. And it was all cool. It was some of the guitaring that was just kind of a little bit like not bad, but it was just kind of like it was just like it didn't have that very Warpig's a lot of the guitaring, it seems to have very like full kind of fat wet sound to it, just very just solid chords and whatnot, and a lot of their guitaring was it had this kind of a lot of thinner stringy sound to it, a lot more choppy, so it's just kind of like okay, not bad. But then when they use that sound to transfer seamlessly into other songs that sound sounded perfect for, I was just like, oh yeah, no, okay, now I'm digging this. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. It's smart. So yeah, if only the only like literally the only critique or criticism that I could possibly have is that the guitaring sounded a little bit weird for War Pigs at first, but then it was just like, oh okay, no, this is fine. So I like that's it. Besides that, like I was just fun. It was just fun, exciting, and it sounded good. Like that's cool. That's really cool right there. All right, excuse me. I mean, I should be editing this today, so I should remember to cut that out. I don't know. I've been, as you know, said moving. You can see a bunch of stuff on the floor. My bad. And I kicked up a lot of dust, so my nasal passage just has not been happy those last 2 or 3 days. So, oops. But it also explains why they haven't been very happy in the past, because too much dust. I'm going to make sure to dust this place. That's my yes. So let's see. I don't got a whole lot of things in here because it switched around a lot. But in the beginning, I think Red had some really nice tight vibrato they had going on there every now and then. It was accented with. It was really really cool. I want to say something about the drummer when I see him again. I gotta find that. He had this nice kind of airy tone and everything that he was singing with. Just good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then we talked about the guitar, but we look into that a little bit more. On Paranoid, him and the other guitarist had Ren and the other guitarist had some really really good harmonies going on together. I think I like the lower and higher voice put together there. It sounded really cool. Then we're going to look at the guitar solo a little bit closer. And then some of Ren's choices, because I think this is one of the powerful impacts of Warpig from Ozzy's vocals is the number of times that he holds a consonant. Usually when you hold a note when you're singing, it's usually you hold the vowel. But he does choose to specifically hold a lot of the consonants and whatnot, and I really like the way that Ren digs into that, which I think is really really cool. And then the very stringy full guitar strumming that he was doing at the end there had this really cool sound, which they again use that really cool sound to transfer into Rage Against the Machine, which it does have that very cha-cha-cha-cha kind of very choppy, stringy, chunky chord sound, which is like, oh, that's why they did that. I would assume that's why they did that, to transfer into that song, which again, very smart choices, really cool, really well put together. Like that. Really like that. So let's go back to the beginning here. So the drummer from this distance, and even when he gets closer a little bit, like the first thing I thought when I saw him, and this has nothing to say about the dude's sexual orientation or anything like that. I don't know the dude, but like just the way he looks, just with the mustache and the glasses and whatnot and the hair, I was just like, that looks so much like Tommy Bones from Smosh. Like, and as it goes, I think Tommy looks fucking awesome and attractive, but that's the story for another time. But I was just looking, I was like, is that Tommy? So I just thought that was pretty cool. There was one part I think the first time I'm not like super on with with where the raise and lower of the hi hat is. I feel like the first one was off. I think the other ones were on, but I could be completely wrong on that one. That's just kind of what my brain thought the first when I was listening to it. I was like, I feel like that's supposed to be a beat or two later. So that might have been rushed a little bit. But I mean, it's not really important because the drums are the only thing that's happening in that part. So whenever the rest of the members hear that of the hi hat, they know like, okay, we come in. So it doesn't really matter where it is as long as the rest of your bandmates are paying attention. But I don't know, I could be completely wrong about that one, but that's something I noted. So let's hear the singing. Let's hear how they kick this off and how everything goes. Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be a beat or two later. But again, as long as everyone else is paying attention, it really doesn't matter. But again, I could be completely wrong. And I also just feel like they're taking the tempo a little bit faster than the original. Not by a lot, by a few clicks, but that also could be why it sounds off, because it's just because the tempo is faster, but it is actually following where it should within the song, within the tempo that it's doing. That could be right as well. I don't know. I do like the sound and the tone of the guitar. Now, obviously, it's not. I don't know if it's in the same key as the original. It's definitely close. It could just be the live sound that could be throwing me a little bit, but yeah, still good sound. Good sound. This might be in high register. Yeah, that sounds right.
Generals gathered in there myself.
So right out the gate, that just kind of very open, warm, round sound that he starts out there. Nice, solid, tight, fast, quick vibrato in there, which is also pretty impressive. It kind of throws me like a little bit. Like, I'm not against this choice at all. It just it kind of throws me because, you know, I mean, a big part of the build up and everything of War Pigs, and obviously this skipping the intro, guitar and whatnot, which that doesn't bother me at all. I don't care about that. But kind of big choice is that like a lot of it kind of stays at this kind of more, I would say, reserved energy tone. Dun, 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 dun. And it sounds like he starts out with that, but it seems like he goes from like a 5 or 6 to like a 12 just instantly, which is kind of cool, but it feels like he was blending kind of like a calmer, and then now we're not calm, like just like out of nowhere. But I mean, I feel like in a live performance setting, it's not a big deal, and I think it was just kind of to hype everybody up, and was just like, oh shit, look at that and whatnot. It was just kind of weird, like dun 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 dun, dun! Just like out of nowhere, just like we're here and now we're here. It was kind of like a leap scream almost. It was just like whoa, but like performance wise, that's gonna pump out the crowd. That's gonna get them excited. That's impressive. So I'm pretty okay with that choice. It was just like, whoa. It's like, well, goddamn. Anyways.
The generals gathered.
Yeah, the dum. I love that quick little vibrato in there, that quick little vocalization he does. But just that open, just warm tone he has at the start there is really, really cool.
The generals gathered in there myself. Just like witches, I black myself.
Again, the tight little quick vibrato that he's putting in there, and almost trilling it a little bit. It sounds like it drops to a different tone. Like, that's cool. That's very impressive. I like that. It's really, really cool.
Evil minds that plot destruction.
Hey, that's much more tame.
That's construction. In the fields, the bodies burning.
I love his use of vibrato in there. I love just the belting tone and energy he's got to it. Like, again, this is he's giving them one hell of a performance here. Really, really cool. Really well done. I'm a little concerned with the volume that he is giving and producing and whatnot. It does look like the muscles in his neck are tensing. And now, again, I'm not a professional singer in any means, way, shape, or form, and my specialty is not with vocals. So I could be wrong about this, but I feel like I've heard Elizabeth, there it is. Elizabeth from the Charismatic Voice. I'm pretty positive I've heard her refer to this again and again and again, that you want to keep the throat relaxed and whatnot. So the tensing of those muscles could potentially mean that he's forcing a little bit too much strain on his vocal cords, or he could be doing it in a healthy way. I'm not 100% positive, but I have been told to look out for that. I feel like I have heard that before and whatnot. So he could be potentially getting that volume in an unhealthy way, but he's fucking belting it and it sounds badass. So, like, if he's cool with it, I'm cool with it. I don't even care, because he's killing it. He's definitely killing it. He's crushing it.
In the fields, the bodies burning. As the war machine keeps turning.
Even there, I feel like he leans into it even more at the end, but there's a pretty good example of holding a consonant. This song does a really good job at holding out ends, turning, which you usually don't do, but I like that he leans into it. He really just he rides that consonant home, and it sounds really good.
As the war machine keeps turning.
I think the holding a consonant, especially in has a high chance of, especially in, kind of getting a little too nasally with the tone and whatnot, and you can hear a little bit more nasal creep in to that sound, but not too. Vern does a good job at holding it at bay, so it doesn't like start to dip into some like bad tonality or start to sound a little bit rubbing or anything like that. Like, as I would call it, like he's holding it right there on the cusp, and it creates this kind of really good kind of rock and metal nasal bite to the sound. So I think he did a good job with that.
As the war machine keeps turning, death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds.
He definitely got that that Ozzy Osbourne sound in there. Our mind is like he nailed that. You know what? I didn't notice that the first time. I gotta give him credit on that. He nailed that Aussie sound there. Like the exact kind of vowel language that he would speak in, like that. That is perfect.
Poisoning their brainwashed minds.
Nice. So we're getting into that, which is very, is definitely a sound and strumming pattern that Rage Against the Machine loves to use. Admittedly, I did not recognize that because I didn't know we were going for a medley and a mashup of different songs from the same artist and a song from a different artist at the same time. So at first it was just kind of missing that full sound. It sounds a little stringy and whatnot, but when they use that to intelligently and seamlessly pivot into another song, it's just like, oh, it's brilliant. That's like that actually makes it sound super cool now. All right, we're gonna take it back here a little bit and get this full transition and try to piece together how they switch to a different song from here. So definitely still in War Pigs territory. Getting a little bit Rage Against the Machine in here.
Killing in the name of.
Alright. So now we're into Paranoid for sure. So using the ticka sound to then using the sound that you created for Rage Against the Machine to then move into the tempo of dun 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 dun, which is Paranoid. That's a clever switch right there. I like that. It again makes it flow seamlessly into the next song. So that's creative. That's very creative.
Killing in the name of.
I'm also not gonna lie, I didn't catch it right away until I heard the da da da. I was like, oh shit, we move over to Paranoid, which is great. Very, very well done Black Sabbath song / Ozzy Osbourne song. I ain't gonna lie, I just pretty much consider it all to be Ozzy Osbourne, but technically he's part of Black Sabbath, so whatever. Anyways, but yeah, nice transition there. I like it. The crowd seems to be loving it as well.
She wouldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I'm frowning all the time.
I gotta tell you, not only are they performing with a good amount of energy that's getting the crowd going, which is really enjoyable to watch, and you can hear it in the way they're singing as well, which makes the song like sell even more, and just makes it sound even better. But just something about that kind of lower tone and that like higher, almost like not necessarily shouting or belting, but like just has that kind of more intensity to it, almost like yelling level of intensity to it, mashing that kind of calmer lower tone with a higher yelling tone and more intense tone together. Like, that's a great combination. That sounds really cool. Like, I love the way that sounds. I love the passion in it as well.
God insane because I'm frowning all the time. All day long I think of things and nothing seems to satisfy. Think I lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. Won't you help me?
Now that one I remember the first time hearing as well felt a little soft. I don't like the lower voice stays the same, but I want to say this guy's coming in with a higher voice. I want to say Ren's doing the lower tone. Sounds about right, but I could be wrong. I'm not super familiar with Ren's complete singing range. This is on my second song getting in here with, so I'm working on it. I'm learning as I go here. So I want to say this guy's doing the higher voice. So I don't know if it was because he was too far away from his mic when he came back in to sing, or if he just wanted to sing that a little bit softer. But I feel like as Paranoid pretty much stays like the same tone and energy from beginning and it's just a short, almost like punk like, with its just kind of energy and constant going and just like constant pushing of the vocals like beginning to end. Kind of almost has this punk feel to it. I feel like the whole thing should have stayed especially with the higher, the same intensity. I feel like bringing it down to that softer kind of choir, like, can you help me? I feel like that. I feel like it was a cool choice, but I feel like kind of dampened a little bit of the energy and spirit of it. And again, I don't know if that was just because he kind of moved away from his mic and just wasn't in position when he came back to sing, or if that was a specific choice he made. I do not know. What I would say is it was not as dominating as the rest of this performance has been. But that's a tiny little minor thing. That's not really important. It's just something I noted, so I thought I'd point it out. I didn't even notice that, but I don't even know how I didn't notice that before. I was just too entranced with what was happening here. But I was like, oh fuck, I like that. That's funny. Well, let's pay attention to this solo. I feel like it starts one way and then like melds into a different song, which I again want to say is Crazy Train, but I'm not 100% positive. So I want to pay attention to the solo here. Okay, yeah, it's Crazy Train. No, it just starts right into Crazy Train, which again is really cool because it's being played at the same tempo as Paranoid, so it feels like it's again a lot of seamless transitions between this melody of songs here. It's really cool. Medley of songs. Excuse me. First off, dude's crushing the solo. Love it. It feels like it's blending in between songs. Like we definitely went back to the down 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 down. We definitely went back into the Paranoid solo there. But also he's just adding extra notes and doing it in different registers and ranges and stuff. So he's definitely playing around with it, but like we did meld back into that solo from Crazy Train. So I like the transitions here. He's shredding on the guitar, sounds good, great energy again. Like everyone's vamping very well with them. Like this is an impressive performance right here. I enjoy what I'm seeing. I enjoy what I'm hearing. And then we're back into War Pigs. That is clever. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We bring all that back into War Pigs. That's pretty fucking cool. I love that transition, man.
Darkness will stop thunder. Ashes where the body's burning.
Yeah, he's definitely yeah, I actually think that's right. But I feel like Ren is kind of emphasizing and leaning into more the difference between when he's holding a vowel, like in the first held note he has there at the end of the phrase, and then when he's holding the consonant at the end of the second phrase there. You could just like it's almost he's almost like drastically emphasizing the difference between the two, and it sounds really cool when you hear that. I like that. I really like that choice. Now in darkness will stop thunder. A lot more open, a lot more round in that sound. More air, more pushing, more belting in there. And then listen to the nasal turn and the way sound kind of comes more forward and you get softer with it. I don't know if it's intentional. It feels like he's intentionally like really highlighting the difference between these two sections here, these two phrases. But even if he's not, like, it's really cool how it is like extremely showing the huge differences between holding a vowel and a consonant here, and it sounds really cool. Ashes where the body's burning. So much nasal in there. Hold the power. And the God has struck the hour. In the fields, the body's burning. So this is the strumming I was talking about, and again, it God, what? Uh, it's I'm trying to remember that Rage Against the Machine song. It's not Bomb Track. It's the other one, Bulls on Parade. That they're very just that very stringy chord sound that they have in there. I wish I knew more about guitars to tell you what they're doing to make that sound, but I just I just know that specific sound again has that, like Rage Against the Machine loves to use that sound in a lot of their songs. From either here or there, they're just the entire theme of the riff itself. They use it in different forms. So once we get back to that sound, like I could see how they would transform it back into Rage Against the Machine sound. But just in general, I love just the scratchiness of those chords. It sounds really cool. It's really chunky. It's got a great sound to it.
In the fields, bodies burning. On their knees, the war pigs crawling.
And also, not only that sound, but also the additional little runs and solos here from the different instruments and whatnot is again a nice change up to Warpigs, because a lot of Warpigs during the vocals is like silent. There's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of notes. There's not a lot happening whenever the vocals are happening in Warpigs, which is really cool for the song itself. However, when you're performing live, especially on a street situation, a lot of dead air, it's not as exciting. It's not going to get people just like, oh, fuck yeah, and, bobbing and having a good time with it. So the choice to add in this extra movement and extra chords and riffs and stuff just creates this great energy and this great sound. Just creates this great pulse that you can just sing to, and it just smart choices. Really, really smart choices, and it sounds really cool.
On their knees, the war pigs crawling. Death and hatred to mankind. Poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh, God, yeah. And now they do what they told you. And now they do what they told you.
Again, really clever transition here as they finish off the chord strong, and of course you think, oh, that's the end of the song. It's like, okay, that's where they're ending the song. But then again, if you think about Killing the Name Of, before stuff starts to build more and they start to get more movement in the riff and whatnot, it is very just chord and then some dead air while Zach, I can't remember if that's his first name or not. Anyways, the lead singer says some notes before they come in with the chords, and then get separation there before everything starts building up and picking up and whatnot. So just one big dun-dun chord like that, and then them coming back in after the vocals is exactly what would happen in that song. So they're actually transitioning, using that to transition back into that song. I mean, that's just really clever. That is an extremely clever thing to do there. I really love the choices of these transitions. I think they're very well crafted and put together, and it sounds really cool.
And now they do what they told you. And now they do what they told you. And now they do what they told you. And now they do what they told you.
I mean, I'm okay with this change. I'm pretty sure it's a change. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure it's a change. Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be, and now you do what they told you. It said no, they do what what you is they say what they do what you told you, or what they do what they told you. Uh, I feel like it would. I mean, if it was directed at something, like if someone in the group was like pointing at everybody, now they do what they told you. Like that would kind of be like, okay, I get it, they're doing crowd work and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't exactly see the necessity for the switch, but I mean, I'm not really against it. It's still pretty cool. It's just I hear that, just like pretty sure it's now you do what they told you, right? I don't know. That's just messing with my head.
And now they do what they told you. And now they do what they told you. And now they do what they told you. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
So, first off, good crowd work there to have the whole crowd finish that off. And then right after, just ending with the dum dum, which is not only the rhythm, I don't think it's the same chord and or notes as Rage Against the Machine, but I think it's like the same rhythm, but using the notes from War Pigs, which also has a da da in it. Really cool way to end that out. Definitely a cool way to end that out. All right. Well, there you have it. That was a lot of fun. It threw me through a loop, but then when I understood what was happening, I loved everything that was happening. And yeah, man, that's a lot of fun. That was really cool, and that was a lot of fun in that performance there. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we will be checking out more from Ren. Soon, very soon. I am gonna. I don't think I mentioned this one, but I am gonna be doing a 2-piece for Ren here. The next one's gonna be a lot sadder. One of his more serious ones for sure. And then, eventually I'm sure I'll be coming back to Ren because I like the stuff I've heard so far, and I don't think he's gonna put out anything that I don't like that I'm gonna hear. So I imagine we're gonna keep coming back from time to time. Again, I can never promise how long that's going to be. Could be a couple days, could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months. Not sure, but eventually it will definitely come back. But before we get back to some more ICP, some more Ren, stuff like that, we are going to take a little detour. It's been a while since I've tackled epic rap battles and stuff like that, and they have released 3 ones that I have not checked out so far. So I do want to go check out some rap battles, as well as the one that Whitney Avalon came out with. I don't think that one's going to be good, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I've listened to all her other Princess rap battles, so I should watch that one too, even if it is about Genshin Impact. Not that I really have a problem with Genshin Impact, but not exactly where I thought they were going to go. So that's what we got on the horizon. Again, Cyro's gone for so long, but it took days to move all this shit. And it was very stressful. And I had a lot of paperwork to sign, a lot of stuff to do, and yeah. So I'm back. Sorry it took a while, but eventually I'll be moving into that closet if I can get that to work out or whatnot. So I think that'll be a much more cool setup, but we'll see how it goes in the future. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. Ren, thank you for the music. Appreciate it. That was fun. And I will see you all next time.